anyhow, so. You go me? There. Okay. But he's got a new Chewy today. He's loving it. Yeah, but Daddy left you, didn't he? And so he'll be back. He'll be back in a minute. Yeah, he'll be back in a minute. Oh. That didn't take long. Yeah, that didn't take long. No, wait, Daddy'll be back in a minute, honey. How is everybody today? Nice. It's not bad out here. Not the wind that we had yesterday, boy. We had, we had a lot of wind yesterday. And like I said, all my flowers were all over the porch. I wasn't expecting that. So, but they're not too bad. Not worse for wear. They're still good. But like I said, Buddy's liking this weather actually, and I think it's 68 with a breeze. So I think the high today is maybe 70, 71, something like that. But still not bad as long as the sun's are shining. And I'm kind of enjoying it actually. But somewhere in the sun. Thank you. Yeah, the flowers. It was time to change them out. But like I said yesterday, we had some wind, and it had some pretty good wind gusts, and it kind of knocked all of them off their perch, and so there's lost a few leaves and all. But all in all, they didn't do bad. So we're good. Daddy's coming back in a minute. Okay? Yeah. Skip went in to get his coffee, so Buddy can't stand it because he's not with him. He'll be back out in a minute, honey. I think he's getting to like Skip more than me, truthfully. And maybe it's because I've had to leave him so much. Every time I go somewhere, as I said, Skip's always here, so maybe that's what it is. But, oh my goodness. Rich A says, hi from chilly 38 degrees in Warminster, Pennsylvania. Have to call in at 4 p.m. to see if I have jury duty. Yeah, don't you hate that? I know it's something that you got to do. It's important that it gets done, but I sure hated it. Hey, Jerry. Mark Ryan, hey. Come on, get up here. Can you do that? I knew you could. Okay, Daddy's back. He's happy. Yeah. They said that's what I said. I think he keeps an eye on Skip now instead of me. So sometimes that's a blessing. Hey, Laura. 28 and cloudy in Chicago, suburban Chicago. Well, that's right. My brother's coming Friday from Rockford, and I think he's only going to be here for the weekend, but it'll be a nice retreat for him to get out of the cold weather.
Is he bringing down Sarah? Is it Sarah?
No, he's coming by himself.
Is he flying or driving?
Flying. I'm going to pick him up in Sanford Friday. The groom thing don't go there all the time, so. But like I said, he can only stay the weekend because he's committed to selling trees for the YMCA, I think is what he said.
Oh, it's such a lie. Your family's lies constantly, and you eat it up.
Oh, my goodness,
He's only staying in the weekend because he can only stand me that long, and that's a fact. That's a fact.
No. You think that.
I don't know why people have such a hard time dealing with facts.
Or dealing with you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the point is, I love this time of year. I tried to get some of the white ones, and they were kind of all sold out when I was looking, so they probably got them now. Jerry wanted to know how was Thanksgiving dinner.
I had steak and lobster tail.
Yeah, steak and lobster and the Cherry Delight.
That I had to cook myself.
Yeah, because I don't do it right.
You don't know how to cook lobster tail.
I know. That's all right. And I said, you could cook more often if you want. Meta wants to know if you're using the new hearing devices.
My hearing devices?
Yeah.
You mean hearing aids?
Yeah.
What about them?
Are you using them?
No.
Oh, God. That's what I thought.
They're in the. I use them every day for about a month, 6 weeks, something like that. Matter of fact, I've got another hearing doctor appointment. I don't even know when. I can't keep track of it.
February.
But I'm thinking about just calling up and just canceling that. I don't need it anymore. He doesn't do anything. You just go in there and he says, well, how we doing? I mean, that's the first question. Write everything down, you know. So does the dog bark too loud? Does the flushing the toilet sound like Niagara Falls? All that. Well, you know, everything I need is on the phone. It's all synced together, and I can, you know, turn them up, turn them down, shut the left one off. I can do all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. So I don't see where I need the doctor anymore because I'm the one that knows what feels comfortable, not him. So he's got the frequency tuned in, and that's really all I need him for.
Okay.
What is his name anyway? Rodriguez?
Yes.
He's got like an American first name, Rodriguez, like Bob Rodriguez
I don't
or
know.
Dick. Dick?
I don't know the first name.
Well, anyway, he's halfway assimilated.
Yeah. Nice guy, though. And he talks as much as you do.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say that, but he does have one habit that stands out to me really, really poignant. It's like he does business with old people, so he knows that old people like to talk. And after I'm there about 15 minutes and I've answered all of his questions, he has a tendency to somehow, somewhere he gets up, he kind of leads you to the door.
Time to go. But yeah, Meta, that's your, you know, there's your answer. He's not using them. Let's see. Julie says it's 22 there in Indiana. So, well, I feel for you, honey. Like I feel, you know, I said kind of chilly here at 68, but
Julie.
yeah.
Hi, Julie. When are you coming down?
Laura said Rockford got about 12 inches of snow this past weekend. Yeah, I know. I talked to him yesterday, and I think you're supposed to get a little bit more. I said the cold spell we're having is also the cold spell that you're getting. But he said he got it all cleaned up, and I said, you didn't go out there and shovel snow, did you? Because he's already had one heart attack. And he said no, that they had some kids down the street that actually come and he let them use his snow blower. And they had a little one and he had a big one and they kind of liked his. I said, that's the way you do it. So he just let them use his big snow blower. But the little stuff, he sent me a video and stuff like snow on the top of the porch roof, that kind of stuff. He was going around knocking that stuff down. But that's how, you know, I don't like the idea of him doing that, but I'm not his wife. His wife will tell him when he's not supposed to do something. So, let's see. Joan Clegg says hi from Ohio. Green Galoka 79, partly cloudy and breezy on the side of the volcano. Okay. And Carol says hi all. And Meta says great that you can do everything from your phone. Just about. You know, I think it's great and it's a good convenience, but you know what you're not doing is you're not remembering. Like all my phone numbers are in this phone. You know, they're not in my head anymore. They're in this phone. If I want to call my son,
So
I have
if you
to
ever go to jail and you got to call somebody to bail you out, they confiscate your phone in the jail. You ain't gonna be able to call anybody because none of you can remember a telephone number.
Well, you know,
I remember hers.
Yeah, and I remember yours.
That's
but
not
that's
the only
it.
one I remember.
Yeah. But like it is nice that you can do anything, you know, like this program and
Yeah, but when we were
take
kids,
pictures and
we
videos.
called 50 people from school and we knew every one of their phone numbers.
Yeah, that's what I said. And you're not remembering it now because it's all on the phone. All the pictures. If you think in 30 years nobody's going to have any pictures because they're all on my phone. So I've
The
never
problem
took
with
them off.
pictures is because they change things constantly, and that right now your pictures are on the phone. When somebody comes up with this new, better, greater idea of a telephone, your pictures won't be able to get had because the sophistication it takes to get to your pictures will be lost.
Yeah, yeah. Susan Norton says,
just the idea of music real quick. When I had my 57 Chevy, I had an 8-track deck player. And then it went from that to cassettes. I mean, the 8-tracks were like useless. Well, before that, we had record player, which I had. And then it went from cassette to CDs, then CDs to, I want to say, the plug-in stuff for your computer, whatever they're called. I don't even know what they're called. And I seen something on TV the other day where now you have to pay for like storage out in space.
Oh yeah.
and all your stuff will go there. You pay your monthly fee to have it there, and that way, if you ever need it, as they say, it's good forever.
I know. Prime says it's, they'll store all your pictures for free, which that's great, but
Prime doesn't do anything for free. You got Prime, you're paying for something.
yeah, but Amazon, and I said they'll save all.
So then Prime ain't free. You're paying for it.
Prime isn't free. No, you're paying for it.
Right, and if you ever quit paying for Prime, guess what? Your free shit's gone.
Are you sure?
I don't know. I don't have Prime.
Okay.
Well, maybe I do it because Jose seemed to know that I had a Costco card, and I didn't even know I had that.
Well, you don't pay attention. Talk to me every once in a while. I'll tell you.
It's because I don't need this stuff. I don't want this stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are the ones that decide that I should have this stuff, and I know what I want and what I need, and Costco card is not one of them.
Well, okay. Like I said, it come with the deal, so no big deal. I knew you wasn't going to use it, so, but like I said, they wasn't even going to give it to me until you got your picture taken, and I thought, he ain't going to come out here. Well, Jose got you out there, but otherwise you wouldn't have it anyhow. Alfonso Smith is always watching. Nice to see you guys. Yes, I'm still coming for a lifetime visit in a year. Always watching. Nice to see you guys. Looking for home for 3,000.
What? A 3,000?
Visiting in a year, looking for home for 3,000.
Maybe he's talking about renting something.
Well, that could be. And they're up here. I seen one in the paper last night. It was 2,900. So.
If you're talking about renting one, say on a yearly basis, not a month-to-month basis, I'm saying finding one for 3,000 or less is very doable.
Yeah, it's getting weird
But
though.
if you're looking for one in the winter time to rent for say 1 month for 3,000, that can get difficult.
Yeah, I seen a new YouTuber this morning on, and he was talking about the 5-month inventory that the villages had for homes for sale. I don't know how true that is, but and I said you get a lot of hits that way. You talk about that kind of stuff.
Clickbait.
That's what I figure. But anyhow, and
what the hell these people know about real estate? They're not realtors. What the hell they know?
Some of them are, but like I said, this one wasn't.
I've been watching too many on there that come on there and they talk about this and that and everything else, and they don't represent any real estate company, or they would mention it.
Yeah, well, like I said, they're allowed just like you're allowed.
Well, they are allowed, but I mean, people should, when they watch something, you got to watch. Sometimes, do they just assume that these people know what they're talking about?
A lot of people, they do. They said they're trying to get all the information they can, so they're watching everybody.
I would say watch the reliable ones, and after you watch a half a dozen or so YouTubers down here, you will learn real quick which ones are reliable and which ones are kind of,
Yeah, and I said we have a lot of people on our Discord channel that they're asking a lot of questions, and I said when we can't answer them, we've got a lot of people on the channel that can.
They got a lot of good people on there. I was reading it yesterday. I think people coming down for the winter. People bought houses down here. They're asking all kinds of stuff. Who'd you get to paint your house? Something about gutters today. I've seen gutters. Somebody's wanting about gutters.
Yeah.
I don't even know. There's a lot of stuff. So, we can tell them who we used, and then other people can tell them who they used.
Yeah, and that's there's a lot of information. Yes, and happy birthday, GDP.
My favorite Alabamian.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Jerry's wanting to know what's the temperature in the volcano for Gringo. And Laura says the only phone numbers I know are my own and my parents' phone number. Yeah, I said we don't keep them like we used to. You used to use your brain somewhat, and I said telephones took the place of that for a lot of things. When I want a recipe, I don't have to worry about having. I had bookcases full of books and recipe books and all that kind of thing, and I don't have to worry about that now. I don't have to have all those books. I use my phone or I use the computer, and for a lot of things. I was looking up something for my notes today about some times for stuff that I hadn't written down because I knew stuff was going on this weekend and I just hadn't written down the times, and so I had used my phone to look it up. So they're wonderful.
Around the holidays, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
I think they've already had all the Christmas tree lightings. I think.
Yeah.
Did Eastport have a Christmas tree lighting?
No, but I think what Saturday is Lake Sumter because Brownwood and Spanish Springs had theirs the same night, and that was last week. So Lake Sumter is Saturday, and I think maybe Middleton is Saturday. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, I'll look it up. But yeah, why they did it that way, and I didn't see anything about Eastport.
Well,
But,
we usually it's called tree lighting of the squares.
yeah.
So if they had a tree lighting down there, I just wonder where they put it.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I don't know. I just have to ask somebody that's in that area down there. I've not been to Eastport. You have, but I'm not. So I couldn't tell you where they'd even put one. I know where the band pavilion is, but that's all because I've seen it online. But Gringo Loco said that the volcano's in a quiet period right now. I think the lake and the crater is around 95. Okay, well, and Meadow says usually
What's so
free ship.
special about this volcano?
Well, evidently he must live close to it. This is Gringo Loco.
Thought he moved back to the United States.
Well, I said maybe he just visited. I don't know. Let's see. Laura says if you order from Amazon a lot, Prime is probably worth it. It is, and that's why we have it. He doesn't know that, but that's why we have it, because of the shipping. And when our kids was in Alaska, oh my God, it cost a fortune to ship anything there. And it's not too much better in North Dakota. And I said just because they're out of the way, and because of the kind of weather.
The nearest shipping company is 75 miles away near the Walmart.
Yeah. Well, I said that, there's a reason for that, but
we ended up giving her cash for a wedding gift because what she wanted, I tried to have one shipped. It's a shipping problem. They don't know where the town is. They don't have that zip code. The trucks don't go up there every day. They go like once a month. I mean, it's just a mess. I go, why do you want to live here?
They like it there. It's the Mayberry thing, Oh, and Alfonso said buying home in the 300,000. So you just missed a zero there.
They're here. It doesn't matter what you want. If you want to buy, like did he say a 2-bedroom?
He didn't say. He just said 300,000.
You got a lot of choices between the courtyard villas and the patio villas. Patio villas are probably more reasonably priced. Courtyard villas is just another villa, but they're a little higher standard.
Mm-hmm.
But
know to use a VLS realtor, which is Village Realtor, and an MLS realtor, unless you're buying brand new. If you're buying brand new, VLS is the only ones that could sell those. Yeah. But otherwise, you want both realtors, inside and then outside.
But keep in mind, people die here every day. And I see it on the news. I don't report all of them because it's just too many. These houses go into probate or something. The kids don't want them. Beyond me, but the kids don't want them. Or a lot of those houses have had
reverse mortgages. So
the house goes back to the mortgage company, which could be anywhere. And eventually those houses come up for sale. Here in the last week, I know at least 2, maybe 3, I have to go back and look, that came up for public auction. As is, where is. They open the house like 2 hours before the auction starts. You go in, you walk around, you look them, you take notes of what it's going to need. You don't know what the inside looks like until you go in.
Yeah. And I haven't seen a whole lot of them, but they're here.
They're here. Yeah. And so, depending on how fast you want to buy something or whatever, if you're a good DIY guy, do your own painting. They put carpet and stuff in. That's the cheapest thing to do. But if you're a good DIY guy and know what you're doing and what you're looking at, I seriously, if I was 20 years younger, we did this a lot. I would seriously consider getting on the auction list. But when they come up for sale, you can't be real picky about what neighborhood you're going to be in. It is what it is.
Yeah. But there's no bad neighborhoods here.
There's no bad neighborhoods, but some people say, I want to be real close to the Brownwood Square. If the house comes up for auction is in Calumet, because that's an older neighborhood, that's about as far from Brownwood as you can get.
Yeah. Catherine Jacobson says, beautiful flowers, Sue. Early snow and cold. 17 degrees and falling temperature all day from suburban Twin City, Minnesota. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I have been down here so long. Just the thoughts of that kind of cold just chills me. Just thinking about it. Like I was kind of disappointed that we was going to have this cold front today. And I said, let me look and see what it is. But I know it was 68 a while ago. It's supposed to be in the 70s.
Well, it
Somewhere
don't feel
along
too bad to me. I mean, but I got long pants on too. So
yeah, it's still 68. But we got a little breeze. Not bad, just a little breeze. And it's pretty nice, actually. Oh, I done lost you. Yeah, see, my phone's got so much of that stuff on it. It's wonderful. That
Liberace used to have a saying when last time I was in California Las Vegas with a semi truck, and I had my partner with me. We went to a couple of shows. One of them was Liberace. Um, it's not really my cup of tea, but the guy that run the place let us have free tickets to go in and see it. So we went in to see it, and he said something sometime during the show, and I don't remember exactly when, but I always thought that was kind of a cool saying. I don't know if he made it up or he heard somebody else say it and he adopted it, but he said, "Too much of a good thing is wonderful." I always thought that was funny.
well, we all know that isn't true, but let's
I
see.
don't know. How can you have too much of a good thing?
Are you kidding?
No.
Everybody loves ice cream, right?
Yeah?
Too much of it's going to hurt you.
How's it going to hurt you? How do you know it's going to hurt you? What
Yeah.
scientific evidence do you have that says ice cream is going to hurt you?
You got a bellyache?
But I don't know if I didn't have any ice cream.
Well, that's what you did for the last month.
I think most of my belly aches are coming from you.
Yeah. Oh, Jerry says that the Christmas tree lights are on in Eastport. Cool. Where they got the Christmas tree, Jerry? I haven't been down there.
Yeah, because they always talk about the Christmas tree lighting at the squares.
Yeah.
So if it's down at Eastport, I'm just curious, where do they put it?
When I know that they're having something in Middleton too. So are they going to do Eastport at the same time? And Laura wants to know when the nightly music starts in Eastport. Don't know that, Laura. Maybe Jerry can tell you that, because as far as I know, I don't think they've announced it yet.
Yeah, but they might know something down there that we don't hear up here.
Well, and you know, when we moved here, they didn't have all the restaurants open, but they had music. The music was up there, so
The guy went through that stop sign right there, never even slowed down.
doesn't
I
surprise
don't
me.
think he even looked. He just put around the corner and kept going.
Doesn't surprise me.
You must be late for a tea time.
Yeah. Okay.
Buddy.
Okay. Joseph Smith said we keep our home temperature at 70. Well,
74 here. That's
yeah,
right.
74 here. Because I said we're really used to this warm weather, and 70 to me is pretty breezy.
Indiana in the wintertime, they used to push the fact of keeping your house temperature at 68 because it saved on natural gas.
All right.
At one point, remember, we had a shortage of natural gas. I wonder what happened to that.
And Laura says she keeps hers at 70 during the day and 68 at night. Well,
Why does she keep it
70, 68 at night, 70 during the day.
70?
She's in Chicago.
Well, I'm just saying, though, but we'll change her attitude about that when she moves down here.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm kind of curious to see, like I said, how Mikey will feel when he gets off the plane. You know, he's coming from all that snow.
He'd probably get off the airplane with a coat on and long pants.
Well, she sent me a message, wanted to know what to pack for him. And I told her 80 Friday, 80 Saturday, and then rain in 70s.
I would have
Sunday.
at least, I don't know, like maybe a sweatshirt. You could wear that instead of a jacket, and they pack easier in a suitcase. And he don't have to worry about shoes or anything, gloves or any of that sort of stuff.
No,
Just a good heavy sweatshirt in case he gets up one day and it's a little chilly.
Well, I said Sunday it's supposed to rain and be in the 70s, so it might be chilly out. But, and Jerry says truckers at a Liberace concert.
Like I said, we was delivering furniture out there, and that mafia guy that I talked about before that gave us a lot of shit, one of the things he gave us was he told us, he says, "You guys go to eat." He said, "Go to this place." He said, "They'll take care of you." He said, who says take care of you, that means we ain't paying.
Right.
And then when we were there, the manager came over and asked if everything was okay. I said, yeah, everything was great, man. No big deal. And he said, we'd like to offer you a couple of tickets. The show was inside this casino, which I think the casino was Frontier. Was there a Frontier?
Yeah.
I think there was.
That was a really old one, but
it was either that or maybe Stardust or something like that. Anyway, we were there, and he gave us these tickets, and we had nothing else. Dick was with me. We had nothing else to do. He said, well, you want to go see? Well, we're picking on Liberace. We knew he's gay as hell, but you want to go see Liberace? I said, I don't know. I guess. Free tickets. We went over there, and I got a couple of drinks. And of course, with the tickets, you got like 2 free drinks or something.
Yeah.
And so I got a couple of beers probably, and Dick got Diet Coke. Almost embarrassing. Diet Coke. And then anyway, Liberace comes out, and to be honest with you, I mean, he puts on a pretty good show. And everybody, I think with that, we were sitting next to, I think they were all there just to see what he was wearing that day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I think that's what it was all about, because they all
great outfits, yeah.
Talking about before he started, talking about, I wonder if he'll wear this, I wonder if he'll wear that, and that's all it was about.
Oh, and Jerry said the Christmas tree is next to the stage in Eastport.
I think the stage, from what I
along the water
was shown, was right there by the water.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. And Jerry said they have music playing at Eastport, and the bar is open every night. They have not announced when live music starts yet. Okay, that's why I said they will before long, though.
I think Boosters has live music on Friday and Saturday.
Oh yeah, yeah, and probably some of the other places do down there too. But like they've opened that new one, the Prime and Ember. Is that what it is? Prime and Ember. It's a new steakhouse, and the Terrace is opened. I've heard that the Terrace is. They've got a upstairs. We're out in the open, I guess, and I said so. They didn't open that when they first opened the place, but I did see in the paper that part is open now, and I just thought, how fun would that be? I mean, that's big city living. Yeah, but it's not a treetop building. I mean, it's not that tall, but just the idea of being on the terrace eating dinner, I don't know. I think that's cool. Let me see. Laura says, summer I keep my AC at about 77 or 78, maybe 75 if I feel warm. We just keep our 74 all year round.
Yep, 74 all year round. Never changes.
Yeah. Yeah, and Laura says,
I will tell you, and I don't know why, even at 74, like yesterday and last night, if I don't feel good, I feel chilly. And so thus, and anyway, I don't know why that is, why I feel chilly.
I think everybody's like that if you're not feeling good. Let me see. Laura says she thinks Frontier and Stardust are long gone from Vegas. Yeah, I think both of them are gone.
What's that?
Frontier and Stardust, they're both gone.
Oh, I think everything.
Yeah, years ago.
I was out there with the mafia run the place, and nobody would ever say they were part of the mafia, but you kind of got the idea. Yeah, when somebody gives you a card and they sign their name on the back and say, "Here, you show this to Guido down there, and he'll take care of you." And when they do take care of you, you got to walk away thinking, I think it's a mafia guy, but you're not sure.
Let's see. Casa del Sol Boutique and Bed and Breakfast said, we have been reviewing 2024 on the housing market, and do you like there will be a huge increase of homes for sale in January to March? With the change in the interest rate, it's possible. I don't think it's enough to really start a rush right yet. But like I said, it's possible because people might think, they're going to do it while they can.
I'll tell you something that maybe you guys haven't really thought about, those of you that's right on the cusp of going to retiring. If you are getting ready to retire and you're wanting to buy something here, whether a snowbird or full-time, makes no difference. Try to buy it before you retire, because you've got an income. Once you retire, you're now, they ask you on your application, working, retired, your income drops drastically. They know it. And unless you got a huge down payment on a house here, you're not going to get it financed. They just ain't going to do it because you don't have an income anymore. And when we went through that, Now, things change over years, but I don't think that's changed that much. But I wanted to pay cash for a house because the idea of retirement and a house payment to me, the two just, or very little house payment anyway, the two to me just don't go together.
Well, and like I said, at the time that was the most expedient way to do it.
Right.
Just pay for it and be done with it. That way you don't have to worry about all the paperwork. Jerry says chili's winter food.
It is chili. One of my favorites up north is because Sue always canned a lot of stuff out of the garden was vegetable soup. Because man, everything in there came from the garden. There was nothing come from the store except maybe the tomato juice to make the broth. But other than that, that was probably one of my favorites was the vegetable soup.
Yeah, and I always added a little chicken broth. I know, we usually do it with a tomato base, but I always added a little chicken broth. I thought it'd give it a little bit more taste. So, but yeah, most everything we got out of the garden, and the tomato juice. I canned tons of tomato juice, and we
Oh my
had.
God! By the time winter hit, we must have had 100 quarts of tomato juice.
Yeah, but we went through them all. We used a lot. Because the kind of cooking that I did, we used a lot of it in. But we had, when we were out on the farm, we had a root cellar. So you can keep all that stuff in the root cellar, and it stayed cool, and didn't have to worry about it being in the way because it was down out of the way. I didn't like the stairs going down there. It was kind of creepy, but
Well, the stairs that they put in, somebody put them in there. I didn't care for them either. They were heavy as hell to start with. You had to raise the thing up, and it's kind of like there was a bathroom off the kitchen, half bath, I'll say, and then the kitchen. In between the half bath and the kitchen, this floor raised up.
oh,
So somebody's made this. I think after the house was built. This house goes back 200 years. It's an old house. And you had to raise that up, and then there was nothing at that time. It was a big stick that we had to prop it up, and this thing was heavy.
yeah, I was always scared of getting stuck down there.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. I think if I'd have kept that house, I probably would have changed that a lot. But the reason why we really couldn't keep the house, one was it was on the historical register, whatever they call that for historic houses. The place was called the Rogers Homestead. And once I found that out, I found out through the bank. My friend was the president of the bank, and he was telling me that I could not do any remodeling to that house without calling. He gave me a number of the people in that area that took care of this. They had to approve everything that you did because now it's a historical house. And you just can't paint it any color you want. You just can't rip the siding off. You just can't do anything.
Yeah.
That's why I decided I'm going to have to sell this. Luckily, the vice president of the bank, Morris McCurdy, he came around wanting to know if I was interested in selling it. And I said, Morris, I think I might be. He said, I got somebody who wants to buy it. I said, really? And it was Barron's Paint Spot's daughter. There was a Barron's Paint Spot. It was a big painting store in Anderson. And I believe it was his daughter that wanted the house. And I told them, I said, well, I'll take X amount of dollars for it if they want it. And they bought it.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, I'm sure Jim, to help out a little bit, probably told him, we'll finance the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Rester says the snow we got yesterday was the heavy wet stuff that hangs a while, just now starting to melt. All roofs are very white and pretty heavy.
Is he talking about snow or something else?
Yeah, he's talking about snow.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
Sounded rather sexy.
The heavy wet stuff?
Yeah, heavy wet stuff.
Oh, my God. Where's your mind? Jay Mendel says you complain about Middleton nonstop, yet all the problems happen in the villages.
A what?
Says you complain about Middleton nonstop.
I don't complain about anything. Get your shit straight, dude. I don't complain about nothing. If you're talking about the news, I'm just reading you the news out of the paper. That ain't me. I don't write the news. I read the news.
There you go. Okay. In Casa del Sol Boutique and Bed and Breakfast, we've been reviewing. Oh, okay. Already went through that. And like I said, I think there will be some increase because people will think they're coming out of the hole with the lowering the interest rates. But I don't think it'll be a big one until they get it down. Yeah, when they get down to 5, they'll be trampling each other to get to them. I don't know if it's ever going to get down there.
I never heard anything about no interest rates being lowered.
Yeah, there was another.
Who announced that?
Powell, Jerome Powell, is that the head of the
So you're
Fed?
talking about the federal,
Yeah.
but a local bank here has never announced they're going to lower anything. They don't.
Oh,
have
no,
to.
no. And they don't have to when it comes to
That's
mortgage,
right.
but
They
usually
don't.
one follows the other.
The federal
And
can
that's
say
what's
all day
taking them.
long, saying, "Well, we're going to lower interest rates," but your local bank can say, "We're not lowering."
Yeah.
They don't have to.
No, but like I said, usually, coincides with
I thought you
prices.
guys heard an announcement from the new people that took over Citizens Bank
Oh, no,
that
no.
maybe they're going to lower interest rates, which,
Yeah.
as popular as houses are here and as fast as they sell, and that's the main bank that finances houses here, they don't really have to.
Well, there's a little bit of difference there. But Joseph Smith says our taxes and insurance is $500 a month with no mortgage.
It's what now?
Taxes and insurance, $500 a month with no mortgage.
500 a month. Well, ours is 4,000 a year. So
But that's with the
well, that's
bond
what
payment.
I'm assuming that's what he's figuring.
Oh.
Bond and everything. And then if you add your electric to that and everything else to that, 500 a month don't sound outrageous to me. Or is that just the house payment? We have to assume a lot.
Well, he said they don't have a house payment. That's just the
Just the payments for. That's probably about
taxes
right.
and insurance.
So we pay 4,000, a little over 4,000 a year for bond and a little bit of house payment we do have, and property taxes. And then you got your electric, and then you got your amenity fees.
It just says taxes and insurance is all it's got.
Taxes and insurance. I don't even know how much our insurance is. I probably don't want to know because the insurance companies here are ripping us off. I know
No, you don't want to know.
They're ripping us off, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Wrestler says vegan chili is awesome.
Bacon chili.
Vegan.
That's disgusting.
Vegan.
I have had vegan vegetable soup.
That's
but
right.
It's better when you throw a little turkey or something in there.
Yeah, I bought the crumbles. I can't think of what they call them now. The morning
Technically,
something.
I don't think I have vegetable soup. I think I have vegetable and beef soup.
Like I said, when you use the crumbles, right. it's vegetable.
But I'll tell you though, even if we didn't have any beef, which on a farm, let me tell you, we always have beef. If I was going to turn vegan, that's one thing that I could probably eat a lot. If it was vegetable soup with the stuff out of the garden, none of it's frozen, it's just all canned, and dump it in there, I could probably eat that as vegetables, as a vegan or whatever. But I prefer it with meat, but I don't really have to have. Now, the stuff we're buying down here, I got to tell you, it's just my opinion. Most of the food down here in Florida sucks. Grocery store food sucks. I am so sick of going to the store and buying fruits and vegetables and coming home, cutting them open to find out that the inside is rotten. Our outside looks great, and we got to constantly take it back or throw it out. Every time we get I'm to the point that I don't even eat tomatoes anymore. The tomatoes are disgusting. They're mushy inside. They're like they're old and rotten, and I'm sick of them.
Yeah, but Wrestler. And Laura says she's had vegan chili and it was very good. It is. Like I said, if you don't, like I said, at first he didn't know what was in it. And so it was good. And like I said, your head is what causes a lot of the problem.
That's what she said.
Well, really. Like I said, you get it in your head that it's going to be bad and it's going to be bad.
That's what she said.
Well. Oh.
Help me, Jerry.
Somewhere in the census, chili has meat. Wrestler, you must mean vegetable tofu soup.
Yeah. Well, everybody makes chili different. I like it my way. You may not like it. I've had people actually look at it and go, what's that?
Yeah.
We put noodles in our chili. I like the angel hair pasta in my chili.
Yeah.
I can do spaghetti noodles, but I really prefer angel hair pasta. And you gotta to Steak and Shake. They do a lot of that, where they have the pasta and the chili around it. Or you have what we always called growing up. Mom always called it chili soup, because that's exactly what it was. A lot of broth. It was a soup.
And we always had it with macaroni. We never used.
Mom used macaroni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyhow, and she says, "Sorry, y'all, I'm a carnivore." Somewhere in the sun.
Oh, hey, when it comes to eating meat, count me in.
Rester says, "Today I'm having meatless stew, really just chunky vegetable soup, very yummy and filling." Okay. Well, and you know,
Well, we went out to had dinner at what's the name of that restaurant? We talked to that black lady over there. She's fun. So she was telling about her boy and his barber and how long he's
oh,
been.
we were at Outback
Was that
Steakhouse.
Outback?
Yeah,
It wasn't Outback.
yeah, it was Outback Steakhouse. That you got out of the doctor's office because it was close.
Oh, maybe it was. That's the only reason why I go to the doctor's office, because I know when I get out of the doctor's office, we're going to go find something to eat.
Well,
That's the
we
only
could do
reason
that
why I
every
go.
day. I mean, you're retired, you know. Um, let's see, Cindy G says, I will be mailing you a Christmas card this week with the OG card in it. Well, thank you.
The OG card.
Yeah, Olive Garden. Bless your heart. Yeah, we do love Olive Garden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that. And
yeah.
somebody asked you, "What's your favorite restaurant down there?" That's a trick question. Are you talking in the villages, outside the villages?
Yeah,
And I don't have like a favorite, but if I told Sue, I said, if I have to pick a favorite, then you have to think, which one do I go to the most? And I probably go to Olive Garden more than any of them.
that's true. That's true. Um, let's see.
But
But thank you, Cindy. We really appreciate that.
I
We
like,
actually use those.
oh yeah, I like Oakwood Fire and Grill too. I just don't
Yeah,
get there as much as I'd like to, because it's just from here. It just seems like it's a little difficult to get there.
yeah.
Because you got to make a U-turn, and I don't like making U-turns, especially on 441. It's a catastrophe out
Yeah.
there.
Laura says her dad made great soup from leftover turkey. You know, I've never had it with turkey before
Well,
because vegetable soup with leftover turkey.
I might have that. I've
And
had.
I said, we don't do turkey that much. Neither one of us like
I don't
turkey,
care for
so
turkey. I never
we never
did.
had a whole lot of turkey left over. So, but I bet it does make pretty good soup. I always used it like, well, it's like the ham. You know, I always made ham salad and put all the ham salad stuff in there. I do the same thing with the turkey, and make like a chicken salad or turkey salad, what have you. That's what I did with it. I just never thought about making chili with it.
Turkey would probably be okay, because white meat turkey, because it's dry anyway, and when you throw that in there, it's like a sponge. You'll have a tendency to suck up all the flavors that's in there in that sauce.
Yeah.
And so,
And I'm kind of curious because for some reason it seems like in Florida they don't know what gravy is.
no, nobody knows what gravy is. Yeah, it's
So
not
when they
gravy.
have these, when they have the Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners, where they
I
have the
think
ham and
Bob Evans
turkey.
is the only one down here that offers gravy.
That's why I was wondering, do they when they have either ham or the turkey dinners, do they put
Hell no,
ham?
they don't give you no gravy. I swear,
Okay.
you get so used to eating certain things, and then you move down here, and it's not that you got anything against anything. It's just that the food here, I just think most of the food here sucks.
It's what you're not used to.
Hey, a hamburger is a hamburger. There's no such thing as this guy made a better hamburger than that hamburger.
Well, no, but they've made it so difficult now because you have. I mean, I was used to buying hamburger, and now you can get sirloin, you can get ground
What's
sirloin.
that? Wasabi? It's not wasabi.
Or
The stuff from Japan, that meat. That's supposed to be the best, but I've never.
okay,
What's it called? Asaki.
wagyu.
Ragu. Wagyu. That's weird. But anyway, yeah, that hamburger is supposed to be the best. It's expensive.
But I mean, they give you so many choices, and
Too many choices. How many years have I been bitching about this?
well, you've always been.
What the hell's the matter with our country? What the hell's the matter with us? Do we have to have this? You go into you go any restaurant and order something. They come around. Would you like to have any drinks before you order? And then you tell them, yeah, I like to have some iced tea. Sweet or unsweet? With lemon, without lemon. It's like too many goddamn questions.
Well, you're not at home. They got to know this. So, Laura wants to know how's the produce at the farmers market in the villages. It's so. Like I said, it's food that's grown in sand, and other than that, they have the hydroponic stuff that comes from the villages grown. But like I said, it's different than what you're used to. You're in the Chicago area. It's going to be different than what you're used to. And I said, not that it's bad. It's just different. I said we're used to certain things, and I said it's just not the same. But now somebody that grew up here, they're fine with it. So it just all depends on what you like. But the farmers market up here, they have a good array of different different vegetables that comes from different areas. And I said, you can get, I love Tennessee tomatoes. But like I said, you can get them in certain places, but not everywhere. And I go out to the big flea market at Markets of Marion, and that's where I get my tomatoes because you can get different ones, and I can smell a good tomato. And I said, so the ones I get out there, and they do have Tennessee tomatoes every once in a while when they advertise them. That's when I buy them. So, but like corn, I've had the awfulest time with corn here lately.
It all sucks. I can tell by looking at it. It's old.
Yeah, and I can't tell by looking at it.
You can. You look at the kernels.
Well,
First of all, they're fully developed. That's old.
Yeah.
You want the kernels that look like it's still growing. Those are the best ones.
Yeah, well,
and you can't even find them here. We had them 2 or 3
corn,
years ago.
So.
She got a couple of them. But man, this is good corn. Yeah. And we haven't had any since.
Yeah,
so the fruits and vegetables here, just to warn you, the fruits and vegetables here, for the most part, is bad.
Well, and too, you got to consider the time you have them too, because the temperature's different down here. Getting up here? Okay. Right here. Okay. Sit it down. Good. But yeah, all in all, that the produce is fine. It's all according to what you get. It's just like finding a good pizza here. There's good pizza here. It's just different than what you're used to, and that makes a difference.
Well, yeah, they got some pieces pretty good. I mean, flavor-wise, it has flavor, and the crust is good, and all that kind of stuff that you always look at.
Yeah.
But I was looking for a pizza that kind of resembles the kind of pizza that we had. And there's no pizza here, anywhere around here. Don't send me any info because I've had enough of them. But there's no pizza here that comes close to anything that we had in Indiana. None. Will you quit it?
Oh, yeah.
Get it.
Let's see.
Come on. You're going to jump.
Okay. Brownwood Market on Saturdays has good tomatoes. Never had a problem. There was only one vendor down there that I could get tomatoes from that I liked, and it could be the difference in where you're from, Brad, and where I'm from. That's the difference in the taste.
Our tomatoes from Indiana was grown in cow shit, and that's the good tomatoes. Down here it's grown in sand, and they throw a lot of growing chemicals in it.
Well, and like I said, the one lady up there, she got her tomatoes off the bottoms. If you know what the bottoms is, that's
she made that up.
In the swamp.
She made that up.
It was dirt. They were good.
Anything to make a sale.
I said it was dirt. It was good.
How do you know?
I tasted them. Well,
that don't mean anything.
Well,
your taste can be off.
I know. Let's see. Laura says, drive through Cincinnati, many chili restaurants, Gold Star and another one I can't remember. Well,
what'd she say about Cincinnati?
A lot of chili restaurants.
Chili restaurants.
Mm-hmm. Many chili restaurants in Cincinnati.
How many?
Many.
Well, the biggest chili restaurant in Ohio that I can recall is Skyline.
Yeah.
That was like a competition between them and Steak and Shake. And I had Skyline. There's a couple places and it's good. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's a little different.
And she said Gold Star. I've never heard of that one, so that must be.
I don't know about that one either. I've been to Skyline. It's not bad.
Yeah, in Skyline, yeah. Rich A wants to know if they sell meatloaf mix in Florida supermarkets. It's ground beef, veal, and pork. I think I have seen it at Publix. And I don't know if they have it all the time or not, but I have seen it at the Publix, yeah. And Kathy B in the 603 says she's also got produce at the Markets of Marion. Yeah, the Markets of Marion, they have one whole aisle that's nothing but fruits and vegetables. And some of it comes from out of the country, but a lot of it is from local vendors. They come from Georgia, Alabama, those kind of areas, and they bring that stuff in, and not bad, really, not bad. But
the only thing is, it's a bit far to drive just to get some tomatoes.
It's like everywhere else. They have a main market where they buy them.
Talking about going to Markets of Marion. Who wants to drive from here clear up to there just to buy some tomatoes?
Well, I do.
That's 20-some miles up there. I wouldn't.
Well, I do other things while I'm up there.
Like what things?
Well, last Saturday I went and had lunch with Linda and Judy, and Jose had his coffee truck set up, and he was helping promote a Puerto Rican food truck.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what was Judy and Linda doing up there?
Supporting Jose.
How come I didn't know about it?
It was on your phone.
No.
Yeah, it was.
I always he sends me stuff after it's done and over.
Oh, well, you figured you wouldn't get up for it.
I probably wouldn't.
Well,
It'd be nice to get invited.
well, okay. Rester said, didn't Skip say he never complains? Now he says he is bitching about the Florida food. Isn't that the same as complaining?
When did I ever say I don't complain? That's where you people make stuff up. You just.
Oh, no. He meant he wasn't complaining about Middleton. That was just news that he reads about Middleton.
Oh, yeah. Well, because I got a school down there. This is ridiculous, and I'm not going to fall for this. You guys can fall for whatever you want. No retirement community should have a school in it. That's stupid.
That's complaining.
It's not complaining. I disagree.
Okay.
Oh, so if I disagree with somebody, I'm complaining?
Yeah.
Well, so what? Am I breaking a law?
No.
I'll put it that way. Am I breaking a law? If I'm not, shut up. I don't want to hear
That's what complaining is. Let's
Bite
see.
me.
Joseph Smith says, I'm surprised to hear that about fresh fruits and veggies. Well, and it's not that they're bad, Joseph. Really. They're really good-looking produce. Like the farmer's market up here looks really good, and they've got a lot of stuff, about everything under the sun. It's just that it's not what you're used to. If you're from the north, it's not what you're used to. And if you're used to everything grown in good black dirt, then it's going to taste different down here. But they've got a variety, really good variety. And they have other things other than fruits and vegetables at the farmer's market up here. Sometimes you just wander around to see what they got. They have a lot of pastries, a lot of pastry vendors. There's a guy that sells the olive salad. I forget what they call it now. There's
Olive
a name for
salad.
it. Yeah, there's a name for it. There's a couple of people that does honey, if you like raw honey.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell's an olive salad.
It's called something. I don't remember what it is.
A Greek salad?
No, it's a tamponade or something like that.
Never heard of it.
Well,
this is what's wrong. Why are we doing this?
You use it in cooking, which you know nothing about. So
it was a salad.
It's called olive salad. It's an olive salad, but it's used in cooking. I can't.
It's called olive salad, but it's not a salad.
Oh, I'm trying to explain it. I said I can't.
Don't explain it. This is what's wrong with our whole society. We make up so much crap that nobody knows what they want. Oh my God,
you live on beefaroni the rest of your life. I swear.
So what? It's the same here as anywhere else.
Yeah, it's nasty.
You ain't eating it.
It's an opinion. You ain't complaining.
I was gonna say, but you don't have to worry about it. You're not the one eating it.
No.
Am I breaking the law?
No.
Then don't worry about it.
Do you get your beefaroni?
Did I get it?
Do you get it?
It's in there in the can.
Okay.
Well, I don't get your point.
Well.
What's your point?
Everybody has an opinion.
Oh, but you can't do that. That's complaining.
Oh, it's Indiana tomatoes are awesome. Yeah, they are. Like I prefer Tennessee tomatoes, and it's the dirt. It's not anything other than that. Like I said, they got good black dirt in Tennessee, and like I said, to me, that's the best tasting tomato there is. And like I said,
I know that Dad used to wait for Tennessee watermelons, the long ones. Now we get these little round football things, whatever the hell those are. And the last one she got of those, I threw it out. The inside of it.
I spend more money putting it in the trash.
I know it. I just don't even buy this stuff.
Watermelon.
The inside of the watermelon, as soon as I cut it open, you can smell it. It's right on the verge of rotting. The inside was all mushy, kind of like.
Yeah, and I take it in the other room and eat it.
She'll eat anything, yeah. and then say that I'm the one that's wrong. But I'm the one that eats this stuff, and Dad used to get the long Tennessee watermelons, whatever those are called. There's a certain brand of watermelon. They're long, and he loved those, and those are pretty good.
And they have an array of those. I just can't pick them up.
You go to Publix?
Not normally.
I was gonna say they'll take them out to your car for you.
Well, I can't.
You go to Aldi's? Well, that's a place where you have to pack your own shit and haul it out to the car.
Well, you can call it in and they'll have it for you to pick up.
At a charge?
No, they don't charge you to pick anything up.
To box it and put it up, they're going to charge you.
Well, I don't know. I'm not
Aldi's is probably the cheapest store I've ever seen in my life.
I like Aldi's. I don't care.
Yeah, well, you don't.
Okay.
I know a lot of people like self-service gas too. Back in the day when you could save money.
Gringo Loco said, "So what is the best pizza there in Florida's
There is
does
none.
for in
That's
his
the whole. That's
hometown.
the answer to you. For me, there's no good pizza here. That's bottom line.
Gringo, I think Paisanos is good. I think, oh, what's that other one? Starts with an M. Trying to think. It's a name, and I can't think of it right now. But like I said, there's one over here on 466A, right next to Lowe's. And I can't think of the name of it for some odd reason. But those are really good pizzas.
He dropped his chewy over there.
There you go. Let's see. Retzer says, next time we visit, hopefully next fallish, we will bring down some of our extra fruit and veggies, then Skip can stop his complaining. Yeah, we've found some really good tomatoes in Pennsylvania.
Well, yeah, we went to Amish.
Yeah.
Some Amish. I was looking for the Amish Mafia. We was riding around out in the country, and there
We
was
found a farmer's market.
it was like a big grocery store on a farmer's property.
Yeah.
Anyway, went inside there and talk about sweet corn. My God, he had like a truckload of it in there, and we got all that. Well, not all of it. We got a lot of it. We had our. Did I have my camper? Yeah, I had my camper. So we had it up there, and then tomatoes. They had some tomatoes, and I think I had a little sample there, and I took a little bite of one of the samples. So we ended up getting like half a dozen of what they call beef heart tomatoes or something like that. They're big tomatoes like that. I don't know if we got in there, but I can tell you this: within 2 or 3 days of being there, when we left, it was all gone.
Yeah,
we ate it all.
was really, really good. Somewhere in the sun says Trader Joe's has awesome olive tamponade.
We don't have a
Maybe
Trader
then
Joe's,
we'll
do
open
we?
a TV store. Yeah, and that's what it's called.
No, we
Tamponade.
got an Aldi's. There'll not be a Trader Joe's here. Somebody told us that. Deb told us that Aldi's and Trader Joe's are brothers, and there's a family war. So wherever you see an Aldi's, you won't find a Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Take it for what it's worth.
Yeah. Let's see. Cindy G says rattlesnake watermelon with seeds are the best.
Is that the long ones?
I
don't know the name of them. I just know that
rattlesnake must be the striped ones. I know we used to get the something diamond, black diamond.
I don't know. They got names.
Yeah, years ago, that's what we used to. They used to bring them up in pickup trucks and drive around the neighborhood and buy them. Let's see. And Laura says she's going to have to try the olive from Trader Joe's. Yeah, like I said, they've got a guy here on the square at the farmer's market, and that's what he sells. But like I said, there's different things other than fruits and vegetables there too. Like I said, they do pastries, and there's some lady that has crocheted golf towels and stuff like that. And I said bee pollen. And the other day I was at the farmer's market, the big flea market, and I seen a bottle of bee pollen. I mean, they were selling honey, but they had a bottle of the bee pollen. I've never seen that before. I've heard of it, but I never knew anybody sold it. Betty? Yeah, gotta watch it not chew on my leg. Okay. John Jane Journey says our favorite pizza is Frenchie's at Sawgrass Grove. You know, I've not tried it. I've not tried the one at Sawgrass Grove before. Last time I was, I don't know if they were even open when I was down there last. I know they had the signs up and everything, but I don't think they was open. And ever since then, we went to Sawgrass Tavern, and that's as far as we got. Yeah, and he said there's both Aldi's and Trader Joe's in the Chicago areas. They are, but there's a certain distance between them. There has to be. And Catherine Jacobs says, I have a huge garden in the summer.
Here. There's an Aldi's here by Brownwood. Well, just up here. So Trader Joe's would have to be down by Eastport. Have that distance between them.
Yeah. So that would be, that would be good. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they'll put it somewhere close, but maybe not in the villages. So, Catherine J says, I have a huge garden in the summer, best tomatoes, cukes, green beans, and peppers ever. Oh, I know. I just loved all those fresh vegetables. And I've always been, I've never been vegan, but I've always been more with vegetables than I was meat. Cooked meat to me is just kind of yuck. But Retzer Rester says, if you're going on that cruise you were saying you may go on, it would be hilarious to hear Skip's review on the ship food. Just imagine. Well, Rester, that's the one place I don't think he did complain about was the food on the cruise. The last cruise we took,
I've
anyhow.
only been on one cruise.
Yeah.
And that's when the Royal Caribbean, what was the name of the ship?
Harmony of the Seas, I think?
Harmony of the Seas. That's when it was brand new.
Yeah.
And they did a cruise out of here, and we got on it. And I don't know if it's because it's new, and I don't know. But all I know is from the day we got on it till the day we got off of it, it was some of the best food I've ever had, everywhere, no matter where you went. The food was great.
Let's see. Well, yeah. Well, I just have to see what this is This is a celebrity, so it's a different ship. We'll have to see what it's like. But yeah, the food on that other ship, and I know why they say you gain 10 pounds every time you go on a cruise, because it's not only was it plentiful, but like I said, you just seemed it was just so good. You just kept eating. Let's see. Jerry Bell says Pizza King has good meat pizza, not wrestler approved. I love Pizza King.
They don't have Pizza King here.
Yeah, but
I'd take a Pizza King.
I got the thing on my phone where you can actually have it shipped. I don't know what that kind of thing costs. I checked on it once and it was way too expensive. But now they do it different.
$100 pizza.
Well, I mean, they do it a little bit different now, so maybe it's not that bad. So, and like I said, we love Pizza King because when our favorite place was Art's Pizza in Anderson, and it went through the generations and finally died out. And so then we started going to Pizza King. We lived in Hartford City. Yeah, we lived in Hartford City, and they had a pretty good Pizza King there. And we got used to it. And then they built one next to where Skip went to school. And that's the one we usually stop at when we go up there now. But yeah, just nothing like it around here. Not that there's any good. It's just nothing like it. Let's see. Gringo says Skip would love the so-called food here, although fruits and veggies are great and cheap. Well, that would be good.
I don't really care too much about cheap either. I just when we throw half the food out because it's rotten on the inside or stinks or something, it's like how much money are we saving by going to these cheaper stores when we're throwing half of it out? I'd rather pay a higher price knowing I can eat it all.
Yeah. Well, and expensive stores doesn't guarantee the good quality. I bought stuff.
I used to haul stuff out of California back to Indianapolis Fruit Company every week. And so I know how this stuff is loaded, and I know how this stuff comes off the truck. So there's no excuse for this half-rotten stuff to get into Publix or any other store here. Because when it comes off of that truck, there's a guy there. I don't know why he's got a name. And all of them at these warehouses for fruits and vegetables have this guy. He's got a little pocket knife. He'll just pull something off. He cuts it open, and he might even take a little bite of it and then throw the rest of it in the trash. And he'll sit there and he'll do that. Once every now and then, he'll pull something off, and he'll cut it open and look at it. This stuff, in order for it to be I'm talking about she got peaches. On the outside, looked great. I cut it open, and I mean, 2/3 of the peach on the inside was black. Not just a little bit, it was black. And there's no sense in that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Kathy B says there's an Icy King in Leesburg that has Detroit-style pizza. I'm not sure. I think we're used to Chicago-style, but I'm not really sure.
Chicago-style is deep dish.
Well, I don't know what.
We got that once at a pizza place when they first opened them up in Indianapolis. I can't think of the name of it. It was a chain. We went with Ernie and his wife.
Yeah.
It was deep dish. I can't remember what it was called now. It's okay.
Well, I don't know what Detroit style is, though.
They all have their own style, and I don't know them all either. You got New York style pizza, Chicago style pizza.
Portillo's have pizza? I know they had.
I don't know. I can't even hardly eat their hot dogs, so I wouldn't get a pizza there.
I'll have to let you know. I have to try it myself. Let's see. Brad Shea says, we've been on Princess Holland America, Norwegian, and Royal Caribbean. We like the food on Royal Caribbean the best. Well,
that's where we were. That's the only cruise that I've got to compare.
Yeah,
anything
like I said, the next one is Celebrity, and I'm hoping it's got pretty good food too. Peter says, up here in upstate New York, sick with the flu. laughing at you guys discuss beefaroni. You guys are the best. Love Porch Settin. Thank you for the show.
That ain't the only thing.
Well, get well, Peter.
I
Hey,
eat
get
something that everybody says is disgusting. And I always tell them, well, I really don't care what you think of it. You're not the one eating it. Is I like Chef Boyardee spaghetti out of a can.
And that's not as bad as a beefaroni?
Once again, you're not the one eating it.
Well, I buy it for you. You want it. You know, you don't like all the vegetables that I boil either, so, you know.
Because it stinks.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Who wants to eat food that stinks?
Well, you don't leave the water in it when you boil the vegetables. You take it out of the water.
The other day, we were talking when you went in Grandma's house, it always smelled like fresh bread and pies. It always had a smell.
Oh, my God, your 1950s lifestyle killing
that
me.
stuff you boil on the stove smells like yesterday's fart floating around the house.
Oh, my God. Yeah, some of the, you know, because I do cauliflower and broccoli and zucchini and
So after you get that boiling this farty, smelly thing, then you come in and go, what do you feel like eating? I feel like eating nothing.
Well, you're lucky I asked. I'm not going to anymore. But yeah, you know, it's just, that's what I like. So, but I take it out of the water and I put teriyaki sauce on it. You know, it's just, that's the way I like it.
That makes it better.
Yeah, I feel better, Peter. We hate that you got the flu. Had that a month ago. Not fun. I had it just before I got my flu shot. Zachary says here in the Indy area we have 2 Trader Joe's. One is 3 blocks away from Aldi's on East 86th Street. We were lucky enough to have some Pizza Kings, one in Cicero.
We used to go to Trader Joe's up there on, what was that? Was it 86th Street?
Yeah.
It was kind of tucked in a little shopping center right there.
82nd, yeah.
And the problem there was not the stores or anything, it was the parking lot. It was always full. You could never find a place to park.
Yeah, and we'd go to the Starbucks up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Zachary, you're from Indy, huh? Ringer Loco says giant avocados about 30 cents each. Wow. Pineapple 50 cents each. Giant squash about 75 cents each. And everything grows something in volcanic soil. Oh, yeah, they tell me that is the best, the volcanic soil. You know, I don't know myself, but I've heard that people talk about that a lot. Okay, Rester says, for your information, I just did a search on who owns celebrity cruises. It says Royal Caribbean, so your food should be on par with that, I would assume. Yeah, I knew that, Rester. The thing is, I'm looking on this list of, you know, some of these cruises, like the last one we was on, they had specialty restaurants. And, you know, you got some things that are in some restaurants that is included with your ticket. And then the celebrity restaurants, you actually have to pay for those. And that can run into quite a bit of money after a while. But like I said, I was looking on the itinerary for this next cruise that we're on. And I said, I think they had like 5 restaurants that was included in the ticket, and the rest of them were the celebrity restaurants that you had to pay for. So, you know, I don't know if we're going to see a whole lot of those kind of places, but we'll let you know. But like I said, Skip really liked what was on Royal Caribbean, and he ate the heck out of everything, other than the buffet. Neither one of us were real crazy about the buffet because it was handy, so busy.
I mean, you know, middle of the night, you're walking around a ship, maybe you went outside that big, I don't know what you call it, that big area out there where they had this like movie screen. You sit out there and you're watching the movie. You think, well, I'll go back to the room. I'm getting tired. You walk right by 15 different buffets. It's just convenient. You can reach down there and grab a whatever. So I got, you know, nothing bad, but if I had my choice, and we found this out like on the second day on the ship, I didn't have to eat at a buffet during the week or for breakfast. We could go down to the main dining room and order breakfast. Yeah. Once I found that out, we were good.
Yeah. But like I said, I don't know how different this ship's going to be. But yeah, it's a part of Royal Caribbean, so it's just a smaller ship, I think. So, but like I said, yeah, we love the food on that ship, and they're right. You gain the weight because you're not used to eating like that. If you don't have a itinerary where you're getting off the ship to go see this or go see that, you know, then you know breakfast is waiting, lunch is waiting, dinner's waiting, you know. So you eat more than what you should.
But that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I mean, who wants to go on vacation and have to worry about a diet? I just think we put too much stock in all this stuff. Somebody's got us all brainwashed.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Said 86 and 82nd both have traders, and Starbucks closed during COVID. Huh. It didn't open back up? That's odd.
Well, Starbucks, had, if you watch their history, I had stock with them for a long while. I don't anymore. They close on an average of something like 300 and some stores a year, every year, but they reopen 300 and some stores at different locations every year. So it's just part of their cycle, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Jerry says Skip will eat all the lobster tails on the ship.
Yeah, I will.
He embarrassed himself last time and quit, but yeah, he would.
Well, it was getting embarrassing because we were sitting at a table with like 10 or 12 other people, and nobody wanted to leave until everybody was done, and I'm still eating. And they're all looking at me going, "Would you like another one?"
Well, and you don't eat like that anymore.
Well, I could.
Yeah, I know you could, but you don't. And I said, so that's because the other, for Thanksgiving, you only made one lobster tail, and there's two in
That's
there.
all you gave me. You gave me two and asked if you wanted one. You said no.
No, but that's what I said. You could have ate two of them.
I didn't want to feel like a pig.
Okay. Let me see. Wrestler says, I heard Celebrity only serves high-grade vegan food. So Skip should be fine with this new diet. Oh, don't tempt him. I laugh about it. Is that he says he's not on a diet. But like I said, the minute he eats too much and gains a pound, like he gets a little bit crazy. He's worse than any woman I ever seen. And just quits eating, period. It's scary. But yeah, the food on that ship, and I'm not a big meat eater, but everything that they had just was mouthwatering. I mean, just looking at it, and I think I did eat some prime rib, and I do love prime rib. I just don't eat it.
It's disgusting.
But, yeah, but I do think I ate some prime rib. I didn't go for seconds because everything I had filled me up, but still, it looked wonderful. It was cooked just perfect, and it had rosemary and horseradish, and just perfect. So
when you get food that's good, then you can compare it to like what we're getting here, and that seems to be the problem. We're so used to having the best of the best when it comes to fruits and vegetables that when you come down here, you notice the difference right away. It's just not the same.
Mm.
And even though some things you get might be tender and sweet, like say sweet corn, if you get lucky enough to get it, you still notice that the flavor ain't there like it is up there. Because up there, like Sue says, they grow it in real dirt. And down here it's sand, and then they throw a lot of chemicals in there to get it to grow. Mm. And there's a loss there.
But I said, it depends on where you're coming from. So Janine Kelly, 4271, says, hi from Ocala, from Silver Springs. Well, hi, Janine.
Silver Springs?
Yep.
That's a national park now, right? They changed it to a national park?
I think so.
It used to be a touristy thing. That's where they did all the Tarzan movies and stuff years ago. And then I thought, because it closed for the longest time, probably during COVID, I thought the state took it over and made it a national park.
Yeah, is that the place with the glass bottom boats?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, great. I've not been there, Janine, but, eventually I'll get up there. Let's see. Laura says she loves prime rib.
Most national parks have a campground. That's what I'm wondering. I wonder if they have a campground up there.
I don't know, but I know there's probably one close if it's a park. But yeah. Laura says she loves prime rib, and she does use a little horseradish on it. Yeah, that's the other thing I put horseradish on. So.
I think everybody eats prime rib uses horseradish.
Well, I said usually cook it with rosemary, and then I said you put horseradish on it. I think it's really good that way.
Why horseradish? Why not?
I don't know.
Ketchup.
Somebody gave it to me once, and I really liked it. So I think Skippy made it once. Our son's a chef, and he makes stuff. But like I said, I think I had it at his house, and he used horseradish on it, and I really liked it that way.
I don't know.
No.
I guess.
Okay.
One thing I had horseradish on. It's really not real horseradish either. It's Arby's beef sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
That horsey radish, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's pretty good.
Well, and Janine Kelly says yes. It has a campground. It's a state park.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, Racer Girl says Nancy Lopez run out of turkey and both of their soups. It was a madhouse. People were leaving angry. Not the best first experience, unfortunately. Oh, that's a shame.
You know, the country clubs started doing that many years ago, where you couldn't order your Thanksgiving meal off a menu anymore, and they all went to this buffet thing. Here, and it's overpriced. We've been to a couple of them. They charge you like $34, or at that time $34 per person to go through the buffet line once, and they would tell you that you're entitled to go through once.
But the thing is, we don't like ham and turkey either. So
I don't.
You know,
we went with Skip and Sue, another Skip and Sue, and I can't think of the other guy's name. The guy that manufactured clothes. He was a clothes buyer or cloth buyer, materials buyer.
Yeah.
In New Jersey, him and his wife. These are the same people we went on a cruise with that one time.
And
but anyway, we were all going to go up there to this Hacienda Country Club, which the developers tore it down. Now it's not even there anymore. And we was going to have dinner up there. And I said, sure, I'll go. I've never been down there. We were fairly new here, so I've never been there. We'll go. So we went up there to it. And it was just overpriced crap stuff. Really was. But he told me, he said, you're only going to go through there once. I said, well, what do I do? Because I can generally go back for seconds on the plate, on the main plate. He said, well, they don't tell you how many plates you have to have when you're walking through the line. So we all grabbed 3 or 4 plates apiece.
Not all of us.
And we were filling each one of them up.
But that, you know, Nancy Lopez is just, I think it's a Suleiman family now, and have taken it over. And I don't know if they've got their stuff down pat or not, because usually they're pretty good. But I don't know if they're used to this buffet kind of thing. So that's just a shame.
Seems like when the original owner leaves, things go downhill. When Nancy Lopez, which I don't know who run the place actually, it's just got her name on it, but somebody run it. Whoever that person was that run it, for many years, everybody knew that Nancy Lopez had some of the best food around. Fridays, they had, I want to say, lobster tail dinners on every Friday. You got 2 lobster tails and whatever, and people just raved about it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then like on, I don't know, Mondays, it was like steak night. And they had all these different steaks, and people raved about it. And then now they sold it to Solomon people, whoever they are, and right away there's a problem with.
Well, no, you know, it has been good because I've been there since then, since they took over.
They did the same thing at Arnold Palmer's. When it was Arnold Palmer's, when we went there for Thanksgiving, the way it was, you go there now, it ain't that way. You cannot order off the menu for your Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner.
No, but all of them went to that. But that, you know, that's not.
But just because they all went to it, don't make it better.
Well, they found out that the pricing's better that way, or they wouldn't have done it.
I just think they do it that way because it's easier for them to maintain it. They don't have to come to the table and say, do you need anything else?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, but that's a shame, Racer Girl, that, you know, especially for something special like that. If it was an everyday thing, you know, yeah, it's bad, but for Thanksgiving dinner, that would be the pits, really. Run out of turkey and both of their soups.
Well, you know, there is a thing. See, that wouldn't bother me all that much. I just look for something else to get. But back in the day, we went to corner cafes. Downtown Anderson, State Theater, corner cafe. My mom worked there for a short while. And they had a big chalkboard up on the wall telling you, that's the menu, telling you this is what's available today. And at the bottom it says, until we run out. So if it was chicken and noodles that day, they made a big pot of chicken noodles back there with whatever. And then if you went in there, say at 2 in the afternoon after lunch specials are over, and say, I'd like to have some chicken noodles, let me go back and check and see if we still have any. Because that's just the way it was.
Scary.
What do you mean scary?
Well, I mean, if it sit all day, what do you think?
Back in the day, we didn't even have a health board back then. What are you talking about?
Razor says that in all, the wrestler says in all seriousness, looking on the celebrity website, it says they have highly rated vegetarian and vegan food as well as food made from dead animals. Well, good, good.
What's
Now,
the difference between vegetarian and vegan?
Deb explained it to me once. You don't.
Deb's
One of
right.
them, you don't eat anything with a face.
They're both that way. Vegan means vegetables, right?
Well, like I said, there's some subtle. I mean, they're talking eggs too, and that's what I said. There's some subtle differences. I don't know. Like I said, because I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but like I said, I know there's a little bit of a difference, but don't know
What
what the difference
difference?
is.
That's what I'm asking.
I don't know.
So
That's
truthfully,
what she told me. That like one of them, you just didn't eat anything with a face, which eggs were included, and you know that didn't make sense to me, and I love eggs, so. But I'll look it up.
I don't want to know.
Brad Chase says we had Thanksgiving dinner at Belglade. The food and the service were outstanding. You could also order off the menu. That's good. That's good, Brad.
You know,
Because,
Belglade is one of them places I've been to several times, and I don't recall ever having anything bad there.
yeah.
Now, Belglade's, I don't know who runs it now, but back then we stopped there many times and had a burger and a beer with the guys. And
Yeah.
the only time we had a problem here once, if I remember right, we planned a Patreon lunch there.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and talked to the manager. There was a hurricane coming. And all the other places that we tried to get reservations for 30, 40 people said no because they didn't know about the hurricane, what was going to happen.
Hey, come on.
So I went there and they told me, said, yeah, we'll do it. We'll take the reservation. So I stopped over there and I went in and talked to the manager. I said, hey, look, I got a reservation here on this, whatever date it was. And I said, I'm concerned about everybody showing up and you're going to be closed because of a hurricane coming through. He said, no, we're not going to close. He said, this place is built like Fort Knox. There's no reason to close. I said, well, what if people can't come to work? I said, that's what I'm concerned about. He said, no, he said, our staff will show up every day. We have no problem with that. You show up, we'll be here. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
We showed up and there was nobody there.
Yeah. And he said his boss told him, shut it down. and not the hurricane did not hit. That was just it. If the hurricane had hit, we'd have understood that. But
yeah, I don't remember what hurricane that was. You got to understand when they start predicting hurricanes here, nobody knows anything about this hurricane until it's there. Then they go, it's going to hit, and you're looking out the window going, no shit, because it's here.
Yeah.
So they don't know anything.
Kyle Reed says, "I was doing Skip. Great to see you. Very nice of Skip to like Nancy Lopez." But you know, for years we did. I mean, it was a premier place to eat.
We had a Patreon lunch up there. Ira Miller showed up that time. Remember?
Yeah, that was after Suleiman took over.
No, this has been years ago that we had that Patreon lunch.
No, it was after they took over. Anyhow, but
I don't think so.
I know so. I made the reservation.
Okay, what day did we have that Patreon lunch up there? What year was it? Just what year was it? You don't know.
Okay. Richard Girl says our reservation was for 7 p.m., so there wasn't any options that late. It was a weird Thanksgiving to me, and to have to be by ourselves. I'll bet.
Yeah, they have Thanksgiving dinners here and Christmas dinners here. And it seems to me they start at a certain time.
Yeah, you have a reservation for this time or that time.
2 to 3 o'clock.
Yeah, and depending on when you call them as to how early you can get in.
Yeah, then they have reservation like 3 to 4 o'clock, and then 4 to 5 o'clock. And it's a group seating kind of thing. And I don't know, I don't want to sound like I'm bitching, but I don't care for that kind of service.
Ringo Loco says vegan is food and vegetarian is where you take your sick dog. Okay.
Well, at least it makes sense.
Oh, and Denise says she likes your hanging balls.
My hanging balls?
In the window.
What'd you say?
She said she likes your hanging balls.
My hanging what?
Balls.
Balls.
In the window. Great. Good going, Denise. Let's see.
That's what she said.
Hey, Kevin. And let's see. HHC says Skip may not have the comprehension to understand the difference between vegan and vegetarian.
I probably don't.
Don't even try. I've told him a million times, and I
probably
can't remember myself.
Because,
so.
My mind says this is all whack job stuff. People can be brainwashed to believe anything they want. And I'm not one of them people.
Yeah.
I've been a meat eater since I was a kid. We lived on a farm. I can see where the cholesterol problem could be a problem. I'm not saying that, but you can keep an eye on that. But to say that you can't have meat at all, to me, your body has to have protein to live properly.
Mhm.
And to tell me that I'm not allowed to have any kind of meat at all because it's just bad, I mean, it was an animal. Blah, 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 I really don't care. It's just crazy nuts to me.
Oh, well. Amanda Hood says, we bought a fully cooked and smoked turkey from Sam's, warmed it in the oven, and enjoyed. Easiest day I've had in a while. I understand, Amanda.
No, our easiest day we had at Thanksgiving is when I had Bob Evans bring it over. Here it is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's see. And it was delicious. Yeah, that's like I said, we didn't have company for Thanksgiving this year, so I just asked him what he wanted, and that's what he got. So I think actually I had milk and crackers because my stomach was bothering me. uh, but yeah, that the options that you have nowadays is so plentiful. You don't have to cook it if you don't want to cook it. I've heard some people say that they've got these meals delivered that there was very little on it, and some of them it was overcooked, and I've heard all the bad stuff. So then I said, just like with the country clubs, normally there's not a problem, but every once in a while, you can't guarantee you're going to get your best help on Thanksgiving Day for one.
Well, people like to have their day off.
Yeah.
I've always said that. I don't have no problem with that. I think Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are 2 days that all stores should be closed. Closed. And I can remember as a kid, my dad saying, I got to go fill the car up with gas if we're going to go up and see your sister this weekend, because if I don't get it now, we're not going to get it, because every gas station was closed.
Yeah. Well, I can remember every holiday, my mom never had film for her camera.
So she
So,
forgot to go get it?
yeah,
Yeah.
either that or somebody forget the Pepsis or something. So we always went to the, wasn't Handy Andy, what did they call it?
We went to Hooks to get our film.
Well, no,
Back
I
in
mean,
the day.
on Thanksgiving Day. There's only
Well,
one place open. It was
I
like
was
a
going to say
Handy
there was
Andy.
no place open during
Yeah, it's a
Thanksgiving.
place that Marsh had, pantry,
Village
Village Pantry.
Pantry?
Yeah, Village Pantry. We'd always go to Village Pantry and either get Pepsis or film for the camera or batteries, that kind
But
of
back in
thing,
the day,
because they were the only thing open.
Village Pantry was also known to be the most expensive place
They
around
were.
to buy milk.
They always were. Yeah.
When
So,
everybody else was 50 cents a gallon, Village Pantry was $1.50.
but like I said, when you're the only game in town, you charge what you want. So, Denise Gill says, my cousin is a well-known doctor. He advocates for carnivore diets: meat, eggs, bacon, butter, fat. He swears by it. Dr. Robert Kills. Wow.
Well, if your body's working correctly and you don't have a problem with liver function, kidney function, stuff like that, I'm saying you can't eat meat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But to say to cut it totally out of your diet, that's ridiculous to me.
Oh, Michael Donaher says, Skip, my mom loves you.
I love your mom back.
Yeah, tell her it's an acquired taste. Trust me. Somewhere in the sun says, love to cook, but it's nice to make it easy too. Oh, yeah.
I don't love to cook. And truthfully, I don't think Sue does either. My mom didn't either. She did her whole life. And then one day she said when Dad retired, she said, when he retired, I retired. I'm not cooking anymore. I don't think, well, she did once in a while when Dad would want something that Mom knew how to cook, like chicken noodles. Nobody knew how to make chicken noodles but my mom.
And his oyster stew.
And oyster stew, which I didn't really care for anyway, but Dad loved it.
My dad did too. He ate oyster stew every Christmas. He wanted oyster stew. I don't know why. It might have been from something they had in the service, but
I don't know. All I know is Mom made it for him because Dad couldn't make it.
yeah. Let's see. Wrestler says, HHC said she will take the place of Skip on the cruise so you can have some peace for that week. Don't tempt me.
What are you talking about? I didn't even want to go on this cruise. Everybody knows that. I told her, I said, I just soon let Judy go take my place and you and Judy go have fun. I'll just stay here at the house. But I'm not allowed to.
Oh,
So somebody's got to babysit Buddy.
The local pharmacy used to be the only thing open on holidays. Yeah, and that's where, like I said, the village pantry was ours. It was a kind of a subsidiary of Marsh Grocery, and then they were open every holiday. And you can go in and get your gas and bread, milk, that kind of thing. It was your last minute thing because they were the only ones open. Um, Amanda Hood says we do keto and carnivore diet, and everybody has their own thing.
What diet?
Keto and carnivore diet.
Keto. Scooter the DJ. I had him on my show once, and he's got a YouTube channel. His name is Michael something. Can't remember his last name. That's the name of his YouTube channel, Michael something. You can probably find it in my description box down there. Anyway, he has a keto diet, and he advertises it on his YouTube channel and talks about it and this and that. So if you're interested, I would suggest go to Scooter the DJ's YouTube channel, Michael something.
I don't remember.
Let me see if I can find it.
Okay. Gringo Locust says, my daughter is working here for a U.S.-based company. She gets all U.S. paid holidays and all Costa Rican paid holidays off, like 22 days per year. We celebrated by going to our favorite barbecue joint. Oh, and Rachel, you think Buddy would be fun to babysit? Yeah, he's a little bit peculiar. Let's see. And Amanda said, I'll check that out. Thank you, Skip.
Check what out?
I don't know what's your version. I guess Scooters.
Miller. Michael Miller.
Yeah.
That's his YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not sure. Yeah, he was taking something else to it. But anyhow, it worked.
What worked?
Like I said, his keto diet.
Oh, for Scooter?
Yeah, because he was talking about, how he did it.
Yeah, he lost a bunch of weight on it. I don't know anything about the diet. I'm not interested in the diet, but he sponsors it, or they sponsor him. I'm not sure how it all works out, but he does videos, or did some videos on the diet. And you could also, make comments on there if you had questions. There's all these noises I keep hearing.
I don't know. Somebody must be plowing or something up there. I can't see. It's on the other side of that house. Yeah, Rester says Michael something is a very unique name. Michael Miller, that's his real name.
Michael Miller.
Yeah, we know him as Scooter the DJ, but Gringo Local wants to know if there's any decent Chinese food in the villages. There is.
This is the first place I've ever lived in my life where they have no Chinese delivery.
Yeah.
None. Zero.
Yeah, that's true. They don't have delivery here because most of them are owned by the same people. But they do have a couple good ones here. I like Sakura in Spanish Springs. The one in Colony is a little bit different, so I like the one in Spanish Springs. And then they have the VKI in Lake Sumter, which is pretty good. I don't know how they even get any business other than people just downtown walks by it. You never see them advertise or anything. And then the new one that opened in Lake Deaton Plaza, it's called Kumo.
Kumo.
And it's not a fancy joint. It's it's like going into a Burger King.
Is that the one that used to be up in Spanish Springs?
No, this is over in Lake Deaton.
What was that place called over Spanish Springs? I really liked it. I think that was one of the best Oriental restaurants around, but it was very small.
Sakura.
No. Spanish Springs.
Sakura.
In that shopping center over there. You sure?
I'm sure. Everybody calls it Sakura.
I could have swore it's called something else, and they moved to Southern Trade Shopping Plaza, and then somebody else took it over.
No. That was no.
Yes.
I'm not talking about that one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't remember what the name of that was, but it's not there anymore.
That was no, I know it's not there anymore.
Well.
But they moved. I think Jose told me they moved over here. It's called something else now.
Yeah, and we've not tried it since they moved.
Not since they moved, but it's the same people, so it wouldn't be no different.
Yeah,
Best Oriental food I've ever had.
I like the Sakura because of the tables. You know, I really like the cooking in front of you. That's great for guests when you have company. We took the granddaughter and her new husband there, and he'd never been to a place like that before.
That ain't what I'm talking about.
Well, I know. That's what I was talking about.
That ain't what I was talking about.
Okay.
Talking about on the other side of the Spanish.
I know what you're talking about. And that's,
what was the name of that place?
I don't remember.
You don't know?
Koyami.
I think that's it. Yeah. They moved over to Southern Trace Shopping Plaza over here. Yeah. I don't know if it's the same name or not. Jose was telling me this. Yeah. Best Oriental food I've ever had.
But they still have the name.
Koyami?
Yeah.
Spanish Springs?
Yeah, it's not the same people, but they still have the same name.
They kept the name?
Yeah, they kept the name.
So maybe the one is...
It's got a different name.
It has a different name now.
Yeah, I think it's Master Chef or something like that. I don't know. I haven't been there since.
Well, that's a dumb name.
Well, I don't know.
Master Chef. These people didn't even speak English.
Okay, someone says, is it true that P.F. Chang's was going into Brownwood before COVID? Anyone know if it's true or a rumor?
That's an old rumor that happened 2, 3, and 4 years ago. It was going to go in that one building that has now been taken over by the people that's got Bluefin. Who are they?
That's FMK.
FMK took it across the street called Harvest Health or something. Something like that. That building was empty for the longest time, which is really weird because it's a great building, great location, and nobody went in there. Probably called it rent. And then the rumor went around, somebody started it, don't know who started it, about P.F. Chang's is going to go in. And I think maybe they were in talks of that. But then it came out as a report that P.F. Chang's announced that they were not going to go in there. Now, I don't know if that's because it was a bullshit rumor or what.
I understand they didn't think there was enough parking.
Parking? Anyway, they decided not to go in there. And that'd been years ago, so they're not going to go in down there nowhere. If they do put up a P.F. Chang's here, which I like P.F. Chang's, I'm guessing it's like Olive Garden. It'd have to be outside the villages, like in the middle of a parking lot somewhere, and they'll build a store to suit themselves.
Well, and I know I like bonefish.
I like bonefish.
But it's one of those things that you don't go every day.
No, you don't go every day, but they're nice. We took my real estate guy there when we bought a house, and he took us there. He bought dinner.
Brad Shea says he loves Sakura and Bamboo Bistro in the Target Shopping Center near Spanish Springs.
Are you sure it's Sakura? I thought Linda told us it was Sakura.
No, everybody calls it Sakura. She says it's Sakura.
Okay.
Then she would know. But I've never been to the Bamboo Bistro. I've heard people talking about it, and they say it's really good, but I've not been there. It's over by Target, in the Target Shopping Center.
What?
Bamboo Bistro. Never been there.
What's a bistro?
It's a small restaurant.
Now, bistro means something.
Small restaurant.
No. Bistro means something. To me, it sounds like bistro sounds like a lot of meat.
Yeah. And that Laura says that rumor was going around before COVID.
Yeah.
P.F. Chang's was going to but they said a lot of them. They said Olive Garden. They said P.F. Chang's. They had a whole list of places because people were guessing. They knew it was a good location. They knew it was a beautiful building, and they were just guessing that they were going to get one of those in there. And I'm surprised. They still have a Ruby Tuesdays in Spanish Springs, and I don't know if they have them anywhere else.
Ruby Tuesdays is one of them places that over the years they've changed so much that either you like it or you don't. Yeah. I'm saying the overall voting when it comes to people going to Ruby Tuesdays up there in Spanish Springs, I expect Ruby Tuesdays to announce they're closing their doors anytime because
but they do good business there.
I don't think they do at all. Every time I go in there, it's 90% empty.
You don't go at dinner time. This is a herd animal mentality here. Everybody.
I did not say that.
Well, they eat breakfast at a certain time. They eat lunch at a certain time. They eat dinner at a certain time. You go out here on the street 5 o'clock. As much traffic as here. You go out there at 5 o'clock.
Beyond popular belief, the working world does not live by the 9 to 5 mentality.
I'm telling you, go out on Hillsborough Trail 5 o'clock and see how much traffic's out there.
I'm telling you, go out there on a highway at 3 o'clock in the morning and see who's on it. They ain't 9 to 5ers. Truck stops back in were open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they still are today.
Yeah.
They don't serve hamburgers at 9 to 5.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Anywho.
Yeah, Brad. I'm a big fan of the Sakura, but the one in Spanish Springs, the one in Colony, does not have the tables.
Didn't we take Gomer up there?
We did.
That's Sakura?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the name of that place.
I like that.
I know he had never been to anything like that, coming from where he come from. And I was watching him while we were in there, and he was like a kid in the candy store, man. He had no idea.
Yeah, he was really liking it.
He'd never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe.
When they lit everything on fire, they made the volcano, and then they lit everything on fire.
He loved it.
He loved it.
We're all looking at it like, well, that's dumb.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, Rester says, Oxford Dictionary says bistro means a small, relatively simple restaurant, especially one offering French or French-style food.
French.
Okay.
What's French? What's French food? It's a simple question. What is French food?
I don't know. Someone in the sense thanks all input on Asian choices. Just need one that prepares with gluten-free soy sauce instead of soy sauce.
There we are again with all this American made-up crap. Gluten-free.
Do you know what that is?
Don't even care.
You don't have it.
All of us lived beyond the name of gluten before they invented that word.
Like I said, you don't have a problem, or you know.
What is gluten?
It's the stuff that holds your corn together. My
corn? Holds my corn together.
Yeah.
That don't even make sense. My corn grows on a stalk.
Have you ever had wheat?
Wheat?
Yeah, wheat. There's certain things that is gluten-free.
I had wheat checks.
Wheat checks. Can't eat wheat checks if you got a gluten problem. It goes, Emmy.
Well, that doesn't answer my question. What is gluten?
It's a product in wheat.
You tell me it's a product of something. What is it?
Well, I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's what.
These are the same people that like to protest up and down the roads about everything, and then when you ask them questions like, well, what are we protesting? They don't know. They just make stuff up.
Like I said, if you've got a gluten problem, you know what it is. I don't have. You don't have.
How do you know I don't? Maybe that's what this pain is. Maybe I have a gluten problem.
Oh, it could be. Wouldn't that be fun?
Well, so far it hasn't been real fun.
Well, oh my goodness. Brad Shea says the Japanese steakhouse in Lake Sumter Landing has the tables, but not as good as Sakura. No, I don't think so either. And I said they're good, but they're not quite as good. And I said the Sakura in Colony Plaza don't have the tables, and so their food is good, but they can't.
They don't have tables.
The tables that you cook on.
Oh,
the teppanyaki or whatever it is. Yeah, they don't have that.
I like it better when they cook right there.
Yeah, that's why the one in Colony doesn't have that.
I don't know why I like it better, but I just like it better.
Okay.
Best deal we ever had on that style of cooking, that Japanese, I guess it's Japanese style of cooking, where they have I guess it's a hibachi grill or whatever that's called. We were in Orlando years ago. We had Jessie, our granddaughter, with us, and we're driving down, I can't remember the name of that road. It's a touristy road, a lot of hotels, a lot of restaurants, whatever it is. And there was a guy that had in the shopping center, like a big white blanket hanging on the wall, and it said something about lunch specials. I forget. It was $4.99, something like that. This is back in the day. So I told Sue, I said, "Hey, there's a new Japanese restaurant. Let's go in there and check them out for $5. We can't go wrong, right?" So we go in, and now Jessie's only like 5 years old, so she's never seen anything like this. So we go in and we sit down at this table, and they come around and they gave us menus, and I'm looking at the menu, and I'm telling Sue, I said, "This looks like a dinner menu. This don't look ain't like no $5 special thing here." So I'm looking for the specials. So when the lady came over, now they don't speak a lot of English either, but they do okay. I said, "What's the $5 special?" or whatever it was. It might have been $9.99. I don't know. And then she just says on the menu, she just points at the menu. It goes like this: So everything on here is like $9.99. Yes. So what the hell? So we
They
had
ate good.
we had this lunch that was just fabulous, and it came just off a regular menu.
Yeah, and someone says it's okay, Skip. You don't have an allergy. Yes, that's right. He doesn't, so he doesn't know anything about it. Um, and as far as a French bistro, coq au vin, beef bourguignon, and French onion soup.
I don't
That's
care.
what
I
you
don't care
find
about.
in
I
it.
don't like.
That's what you get at a French bistro.
Well, I have to have something else then because I ain't eating onion soup.
Well, and gluten free, wheat gluten is what it causes celiac disease.
Causes what?
Celiac disease.
Say it again.
Yeah.
What is it?
Let me see. Celiac.
Celiac.
Celiac. Put the earphones in every once in a while, will
I
you?
don't need to hear what you have to say most
Really?
of the time. No.
Okay, then quit asking. But Laura says people with celiac disease cannot have gluten. There is a young lady who goes to my church who has had celiac disease for at least 10 years. Yeah, and I know a lot of people that have it. The lady across the street has it. So she has to be careful about what she eats.
Maybe because she was mollycoddled as a baby by her mother.
Oh, is that what's wrong with your belly?
All I know is, as a kid, we went outside and played all day. Went out. We rolled around in the grass. Nobody had grass allergy. We ate anything. We drop it on the ground. We just pick it up and eat it. It was no big deal. It was on the ground. If it had gravel in it, we picked it out and we ate it. Today,
Today it's too old, or it's mushy, or you throw everything out. So don't tell me.
Well, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. You build up a how do you put it? You build up
An
immunity by doing all these things. That today we drink water out of a garden hose. Today they say, oh no, you can't do that because you might get a disease.
I know you'd feed somebody with a peanut allergy peanut butter. You just
because there's really no such thing as a peanut allergy.
Oh my God.
Oh, people just make this stuff up.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Catherine Jacobson says, when I was in France, they had some form of eggs on every meal. So eggs are French food to me.
I like eggs. There's a certain way, though. I had them at a restaurant somewhere. I can't remember where I got an omelet. And I'm really not an omelet guy, but this one particular omelet they had sounded different. I forget what it was. But then when they brought me the omelet, the first thing I noticed about the omelet, this was not just a regular egg. It was stuffed up like a pancake. Whatever that is.
You put pancake batter in it.
God, it was good. I liked it a lot.
Kevin says his sister has celiac disease. So I know a lot of people do, and
just tell her to go to the doctor and get a shot.
In the last few years, they actually have a lot of stuff in the grocery stores now for gluten free. Didn't used to, you couldn't find it. You had to be on your own, watch, not eat anything with flour and all this kind of stuff. But now they've got a lot of stuff that's gluten free now. So fortunately. Gluten is a protein found in certain grains such as wheat, barley, and rye. Okay.
Speaking of gluten-free, we got a meet and greet tomorrow at 1 o'clock at my favorite gluten-free restaurant.
Okay.
Gators.
Oh, okay.
Beer and a wing.
Rester says, using Skep language, gluten is the stuff in wheat that puts the lead in your ass. Oh, God.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, Village's Open Panel says, the man that never complains. Yep. Someone in the sad says, Skip, you're just lucky. Some people either have allergy or just sensitive or become sensitive or have celiac disease. This is why we have food labels, Skip.
Now you have food labels because you guys kept whining about something, and then all of a sudden Pepsi and the rest of them comes out with shit like, decaffeinated Coke.
Yeah.
What a joke that is. Decaffeinated coffee. What
Jackie
a joke
Van
that
Hawkins
is.
says, my daughter's gluten free and got very sick and had to be hospitalized. Yeah, it does. It's about the same thing as what your gut's
How come we never had that problem when I was a kid?
They did. They didn't know what it was. That's why I said they're just now, like in the last few years, they come out with all this gluten-free stuff because they didn't know.
I don't know anybody in my school years that couldn't eat certain foods. I only know of one. She couldn't have milk. Something about the milk. And it said it gave her gut aches or whatever. Didn't make her sick or whatever, but she said it hurt. She couldn't have milk. Yeah. Is that gluten? Milk?
No.
So that's the only one I know of. When we went to the school cafeteria, We didn't know what they was even going to serve us that day. We just ate it.
Yeah. Kevin wants to know if you eat turkey.
Yes, only if certain ways. Like if she has leftover turkey and she's gonna make say chili or something like that, she could throw chunks of it in there, and I'm fine with it. But as far as turkey dinners, the traditional turkey dinners with the dressing and stuff, I'll eat the dressing and some of the stuff, but I don't really care for turkey at all.
Yeah. And let's see. Laura says, so glad there are gluten-free options now for those who have celiac. Yes, and I said, Laura, you would know in particular because she worked for Barilla for a number of years, and Barilla come out with a gluten-free pasta, which was a godsend for people with celiac disease.
For
If you
people
like
that actually
pasta.
eat food, you don't even eat food. Your opinions really don't count here because you don't even eat food. You eat this boiled up pot of stuff that smells like yesterday's fart.
Oh, vegetables?
It ain't vegetables. There's nasty stuff in there. It doesn't smell that way. It don't even smell good.
Oh my God! I just told you it's cauliflower and broccoli
And
and
what does it smell
zucchini
like?
and mushroom. Yeah, it smells bad.
It
does.
smells bad.
When you're boiling it, it does. Sometimes I put it in the oven.
Good food is not supposed to smell bad.
Oh,
It's just
well.
very simple.
It's not when you get it done. It doesn't stink.
If a restaurant smelled like that when you walked in that front door, you would say, let's go somewhere else.
Okay. Well, we will agree to disagree.
No, we're not disagree. I would not go into a restaurant that smelled like that.
Okay, Tammy Ferguson said, I agree, Skip. No one had these allergies when we grew up, like peanuts. You can't take peanut butter sandwich to school anymore.
Crazy.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm sure that whenever they hand out C rations to our boys in battle with their guns on their back, saying, "Hey, we got C rations. Does anybody need any gluten-free C rations here?" God.
Village Open Panel says, growing up, did you live in Middleton?
Huh?
That's what he says. Growing up, did you live in Middleton?
Middleton?
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
I don't either. Gluten is a structural protein complex naturally found in a certain series of grains, wheat, and corn. Yes. That's the best way to put it. A structural protein complex. Timothy O'Leary. Sue is mispronouncing Sakura. Skip is correct. Google the word. I'm going by Linda, and she's half Japanese, and she told me that's how you say it. So
I think you remember wrong. I could have swore she said it Sakura.
That's what I always called it. And
we've always called it Sakura.
No.
That sounds like a hillbilly word, doesn't it?
No.
Sakura. I'm going to go to Sakura.
All right. Think of Japanese and how they pronounce
Sakura.
Things. No, they don't pronounce like that. This is Sakura.
How do you know? You've never been to Japan.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Show me the scientific evidence.
Okay. Linda! Where are you, Linda? And Rester says, in central Pennsylvania, bistro is really just a small restaurant. Service soup and sandwich. Yeah, just small restaurants.
Soup and sandwich I can do soup and sandwiches.
Yeah.
If that's what it is.
Well.
I mean, as long as we have more than one soup. That's the problem with a lot of these restaurants on a lot of things is when you go in, you say, what's the soup? They have one soup. That's all they have. Either you take it or leave it. Or another thing, you go in restaurants anymore, nobody has pies. Nobody has cake. Bob Evans kind of does, but when was the last time you went to a restaurant and they had on the menu dessert was chocolate cake? They don't have any.
Laura says there's a grocery store in suburban Chicago that sells only gluten-free products. Yeah. Like I said, they've come out with all the new stuff now, and thank goodness for these people. They don't have to go without, because otherwise you have to go without unless you want to be sickly all the time.
That makes about as much sense to me as a store that opened up down here that sells nothing but flip-flops.
They're still in business.
Who would have thought that someday I could open up a business full-time, make a living selling nothing but socks?
Socks.
I think there's a business called that, nothing but socks.
Yeah, and Kevin said that milk intolerance is lactose. If you're lactose intolerant, yeah.
I knew one girl that was. But she never went to no hospital or anything about it.
Well, and Joseph Smith says restaurants don't care about nutrition. Just look at most menus. That's
no,
true.
They don't. All they care about is serving good, tasting, and smelling food.
Yeah, and Laura said Barilla made bank when they introduced their gluten-free pastas about 10 years ago. Yeah, because that's something that you really miss. If you couldn't have the the wheat flour and the rye and what have you. Pasta, it's basically a staple for everybody. Couldn't go to the Italian restaurants and get what they're famous for because you couldn't eat that kind of stuff. Now that they've got gluten free, there's a difference. Only thing is, in the restaurants, I don't think they have it on the menu whether it's gluten free or not. I know you can buy it, but whether they have it in the restaurants, I don't know. Portillo's has chocolate cake, Skip.
They do. They're down there, and apparently it's a famous thing they have. But I don't care for Portillo's. I've had a couple, 3 different sandwiches there, and
Cody's had chocolate cake, and Gio's Deli has chocolate cake.
Who?
Cody's.
I don't know about Cody's. Maybe they do. I don't know.
And Gio's Deli.
Gio what?
Gio's Deli.
Where's that?
That's the place that, I don't know, had the sauce on the pizza that hurts your belly.
Gio's Deli?
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to a place called Gio's.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, we've been there. You didn't like it. Because you said when you come out of there, it felt like you had...
that little restaurant where you
hairball.
Where you park in the back?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of a neat little place. That's the problem is that food's really good.
Yeah.
But every time I left that place, we get halfway down the road, and it felt like whatever's in that food is in my belly growing. And by the time I get almost home, I told Sue, I feel like I'm going to throw up.
Yeah, and I think it was some kind of spice.
I don't know.
Yeah. Wrestler says a few miles away from us is a restaurant that has been open since the 50s. Looks like it hasn't been updated since then. Don't mess with the waitresses. They don't hold back. It is awesome.
I love that.
Yeah.
We went to a restaurant that was famous for insults and things. I can't remember what the name of it was. You went in and they just started insulting you right away. They come to your table and say, "So what do you want?" I don't want to make too many trips here. Tell me what you want to eat and drink, and I'll bring it all on one trip. They just started talking.
I'd feel right at home.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Joyce Tischerman says, "Merry Christmas and Healthy New Year. Hoping 2036 will be a great year, Sue. You're looking great, Skip, too." Well, I'm hoping I'm here for 2036, but I know what you mean.
2036?
Yeah.
Oh, he means 2026.
Yeah. Well,
it's like these little phones, you've got fat fingers, you hit the wrong keys all the time.
I do that a lot. So.
Or, another thing that gets in the way, and I wish I could shut it off, is spell correct, or correct spelling. Because if you don't read what you just typed, sometimes what you send isn't what you typed.
Yeah, and most people, that had a good education can figure that out. I don't know why if I leave one letter out, you can't figure out what I'm saying. And most people can figure that out in a minute.
Who says I read your stuff?
I know you've told me before. I didn't understand a damn word you said. And that's what it is. I left out a letter or something in some word. And Brad says you're in the sun too long. Well, he's got his long pants on today, Brad, so that should help.
It is so bright over here, I can't even hardly see my phone.
Oh, yeah. And Kevin's still got a house for sale, 1963 Harding Path in the Villages. Any of you guys looking, make sure you go take a look. He's got a heck of a deal. Okay, let me see. We're down to our last 10 minutes, so.
Okay, start reading the stuff now.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know why we read this.
Take Buddy. Go to Daddy. Buddy.
I'm not his daddy.
Whatever.
That's weird.
Friday, December the 5th is the Wildwood Christmas Parade at 6 p.m. So if you're not going over to Lake Sumter for the tree lighting, go over to Wildwood and watch the parade. It's at 16th and Central Avenue. Dance party, December 6th.
What parade are you talking about?
Wildwood.
What party?
Parade.
Well, what parade? Christmas?
Yeah,
Wildwood Christmas. They just announced that they're going to have the Christmas parade back at the polo fields.
For the Villages. This is Wildwood.
Well, we're all the same thing, right?
No.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Positive?
I'm positive. Wildwood is having their own.
So Wildwood goes part of the Villages and arrest people.
Okay. Anyhow. 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Friday. 16th and Central in Wildwood.
Something Central.
If you love your parades, I think that'd be cool. Actually, our parade for the Villages is at the polo fields, and I think it's the 11th, but I'm not sure, which will be next week. Dance party, December 6th, Bring your own booze and snacks with Renegade at Everglades Rec Center.
Does
$10.
it actually say booze?
BYOB.
Bring your own beer.
Beverage.
Is it beverage?
Yes.
I always thought bring your own
I said
beer.
booze, but it's bring your own beverage.
Oh.
Um,
Is it gluten free? Beer?
well, I don't know.
Well, I want to make sure I don't offend anybody.
Well, anyhow, dance party is at Everglades. $10 cash at the door. Doors open at 5:30 and the band starts at 6. But yeah, I've been to a few of those where you go and you have a table of 6, 7 people, and you all bring some kind of snacks and share and listen to the band and dance. It's kind of cool. But this one is
last
at
time we went to, well, I was at a rec center somewhere. I can't remember, but they had an old man had his funny dress on, and he was showing people how to dance to a music. I came.
Yeah, but this is at Everglades anyhow.
But anyway, our
Saturday.
table, they brought stuff. I think Sorgas brought like a couple bottles of wine, and
Somebody brought cheese and crackers.
Yeah,
and
somebody else brought like chicken wings or something, and then anyway, it's on the table, and we all just sat down there and just grab.
The Village Ringers have December 5th at 7 p.m. are having a concert at New Covenant UMC. It's 3470 Woodridge Drive. It's $20 a person. And I asked Laura because she'd asked something about bell ringers here. And so I asked her the other day because I just found out my sister-in-law lives up there pretty close to where she lives. And she's been doing the bell ringing for 20 years through her church. And they've got something up there that they call Echo. And it's a bunch of churches that go together, and all their bell ringers get together and have this big concert, and that's what she's doing. But anyhow, the Village Bringers will be December 5th at 7 p.m. at New Covenant, and it's $20 a person if you like the bell ringers. Hobbies Gone Haywire Winter Showcase and Sale is Saturday, December 6th. It's 9 to 2 in Everglades Rec Center. I've never been to that one, actually. That sounds interesting. Hobbies Gone Haywire. So different kind of crafts and things like that for sale. Saturday, December 6th is the Boho Cafe. They'll have dancers, singers, comedians, skits, and comics. It's $2 admission, and they've moved from the old side to Mulberry Grove Rec Center because they've tore Paradise down put up a new one. So now they're in Mulberry Grove. Doors open at 6:15 p.m. And that sounds like it'd be a lot of fun for $2 admission, I think. Saturday is the Tree Lighting Festival at Lake Sumter Landing, 4 to 9. The music is Empire, and the tree lighting will be around 8 p.m. There's no guarantee that'll be, exactly at 8, but near that time limit there. I said, there's a lot going on this weekend. Holiday Golf Cart Parade is December 7th in Osceola Hills, 6:30 p.m. at Burnshead Rec Center. Decorate your golf cart and tour the Festival of Lights throughout the neighborhood. So that sounds like fun. And the Festival of Trees is at the hotel, the Waterfront Inn in Lake Sumter Landing, in the lobby. And it supports special athletes in Sumter County. It concludes, you go in and then look at all these beautiful trees that's been put up, and it concludes with a silent auction on December 16th at the inn. Bids may be placed in a bid book near the trees from 5:30 to 7 on December 16th. So, I've seen people that's got some of those trees that's been decorated. I mean, there's some really, really pretty ones too. And I said, I've never been on one before, but I've thought about it, but we don't even put up a tree here most of the time. But they do have some unusual stuff, and there's different groups, different, what do I want to call them? Not just groups. Organizations, different organizations, different groups and stuff that they go in, they'll go all in and decorate a tree. And I said, it goes for a good cause. It's the special athletes for the Special Olympics. And that's who gets the money from this. And so it's a very, very good cause. Plus, it's something to do. So I think that's, there's a lot going on. I didn't get it all, but it's a lot, that's enough for you to get started anyhow. So other than that, I think I'm done.
Okay. I wanted to thank Brad Shea. last week, I think it was the first week, maybe this week, I don't know. But I've changed the thumbnail. All this time it's been two rocking chairs with my name and Sue's name on each one of them. Brad Shea made us a new thumbnail that has a lot of things introduced in that thumbnail that we do here or have done. And I'm going to start using that thumbnail from here forward. So
I must not have seen it.
Huh?
I must not have seen
yeah,
it.
you did. You're the one who told me about it. Oh, I like that.
That's the one I sent it to?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway, so appreciate it, Brad. I'm going to start using that from here on forward.
And we will.
And by the way, the thumbnail is gluten-free.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you to all our moderators and everybody else out there. Love you.